Aquarius series. Pluto and Aquarius for Sagittarius rising. So if you are a Sagittarius rising or you have Pluto in the third house, this is going to be for you, and what some of the themes of Pluto and Aquarius for 2024 and onwards will look like for you. So definitely, if you find this video enjoyable and you do have a Sagittarius rising, or you just want to comment, definitely leave some comments down below. But other than that, you already know what it is. I am your cosmic root work astrologer. For those of y'all that are coming in for the first time, my name is the Rainy Storm, also known as Crew. You have definitely come in the right place. Welcome to my humble abode. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can find all that information below. Y'all also be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. I'm definitely going to be giving y'all some free goodies there. I think in this newsletter, I'll be giving y'all the free houses. So a basically downloadable thing on the houses. If not, because I might be switching it after I do this video, y'all just make sure y'all go press down if you haven't already subscribed to the website. If you haven't already subscribed to the newsletter, you can definitely go check that out. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said before, I will be definitely making a full video on Pluto and Aquarius and what this energy looked like from the 1700s, and then just some of the themes that we'll be going over from 2024 and onwards for the next 19, 20 plus years. It's definitely about to be going down. So for my, once again, Sagittarius risings, this Pluto and Aquarius transit is going to be going through your third house, which we see this third house as the Gemini house of communication, where we talk about like short distance travel, writings, speaking engagements. This is also have to do with like your relatives, aunts, uncles, sisters, cousins, brothers, really pretty much like, you know, fam and things like that. And so this is these are some of the experiences that you will probably see throughout your this particular transit for the next 20 years or so. So you could definitely find yourself with this Pluto and Aquarius going through that third house. The way in which you communicate is going to be undergoing a complete transformation. With Aquarius here, naturally, there's this unconventional kind of attitude towards, or just energy towards the ways in which you do communicate your ideals and thoughts. But this is going to be going through a complete, like I said, transformation. You might find yourself a little bit more, you know, Sagittarius rising is already kind of on its soapbox here, but you might find yourself just speaking more out on your revolutionary ideals, right? When we look at the rising sign in general, just as Sagittarius rising, or just period, this is what we're rising to. We're rising to this occasion, or we're ascending this to this particular occasion. So for Sagittarius rising, you just might find yourself becoming very, you know, because Plutonic energy can be very obsessed. It can be very, like I said, or when we talk about the energy of like complete destruction and rebirth in this area of your life. So you could find yourself, like I said, just being in like this revolutionary style of writing. You know, you might find yourself bell hooking it. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe dropping or releasing your writings, or maybe you're a singer-songwriter and you're singing and writing all these lyrics and producing music, and maybe you have like this very transformational experience that goes on in your home and family life, particularly around your cousins, you know, uncles, aunts, and things like that. Some things that can be going down in the midst of that. Maybe, for example, you have just some, I would say, your ideals about humanity can kind of at this time clash with your immediate family. Maybe the ways in which they view certain things is completely different of how you view those things, and those can create a it can create like this combustive energy between the family dynamic, like I said, your immediate family, and also just your, you know, community. You can also see, because this has to do with short distance travel, you might even find yourself taking short distance trips. I will definitely say during this time, especially with short distance travel. Just be careful if you're taking these short distance trips. Be careful on the road during these times. I know it's like, well, Lord, you want me to be careful for 19? It's just because there might be, you know, platonic energy has to do with like death, transformation, and things. So you could just run into people who can become a little bit more aggressive, I would say, on the road. So you just want to make sure that you're just paying attention to the road. You know, Aquarius also has to do, we know we talk about Gemini and this air being transportation and travel, but Aquarius can actually lend to vehicles and transportation and how we are navigating and moving and things like that. We're definitely going to see when Jupiter goes into Gemini and Pluto being Aquarius, a lot of changes when it comes to transportation and how we are moving, whether that is through actual boats transportation, whether that's through our actual cars, flying as well, because this is air sign. So you just want to make sure that you are careful when it comes to the road. Now, third house also has to do with like your communities and actual communal, you know, neighborhoods and places that you reside. I know we can talk about the fourth house here, but your third house is like before we jump into the actual home, right? Before we actually jump into the place of residence, you know, you can be finding neighborhoods and things like that. Because Pluto and a lot of times Aquarius has to do with things that are specifically distant, right? The planet Pluto is kind of like distant, cold in a sense. Is it the furthest? I think it's the furthest away from the sun, if I'm not mistaken. Is it the furthest away from the sun? I think. I'm not sure, but it's small. It's just this one of the smallest planets, even though it has such massive energy, right? Aquarius is distant. So maybe you find yourself taking short distance travel trips to places that are just kind of, you know, going beyond the distance. Um, Scorpio risings can definitely see this too, just traveling to, you know, other places. Now, I will say, because Aquarius is here, you could find yourself traveling to a distant country, you know, a different, like a neighborhood that you've never been a part of. And if it's not a distant country, then, like I said, you could definitely find this energy being implemented in like whatever neighborhood that you grew up in. You definitely want to be cautious of the neighborhoods and things of which you want to reside in. Cautious in the meaning of like you don't have to look over your shoulder with this energy of just like making sure you kind of fill out the people that you are in community with, in the neighborhood collective energy with there. Like I said, platonic energy can be one that is very, it could just get deep. It could get real dark real fast and real deep real fast, which is nothing wrong with the deepness of it. It just might be experiencing some life-changing experience here. You know, Pluto not only rules the death and rebirth of things, but this has to do with sex, and just your sexual organs. This has to do with like digging beneath the surface. Also, I would even say the place of your residence. I didn't even write this down, but this is coming to me just when we're talking about like finding stuff, um, digging deep beneath the surface. Something is coming up for y'all specifically if you feel called to do it. I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but if you feel called to dig into um the backyards of whatever places that you're in, this could be physically digging into the backyard of the places that you're in, or just symbolically digging into spaces, or just there could just be like an uncovering. You know, Pluto has to do with secrets, so there could be an uncovering of stuff happening within, if it's like your relatives bringing stuff up, or this is like your actual if it's not your relatives bringing some things up, then, you know, or like family members bringing stuff up, is like things happening within the neighborhood. So maybe you move to a new neighborhood or a different location, and you happen to be, for example, digging in your backyard, and you end up finding like, I don't know, scrolls or some shit that like, you know, you haven't seen, or, you know, haven't been discovered in like years, that somebody left behind, and it has like the gate codes to some shit. You know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that could be coming up, just like instances, this Uranian energy that's like completely, you know, Uranian being Aquarius energy that's like literally completely shocking to your whole entire system. And you're like, dang, how did this come up? Or how did I find this? Or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, what the, you know, like it could just be a self-discovery that's like completely out of pocket. It's something that you would have never even expected. Your intuitive abilities definitely are going to be heightening during this time. And wherever, I would say, the place of residence that you're in. Also being paying attention to the number of the place that you're staying. So adding up the number of your actual address that you're staying in. I know we're not getting into numerology right here, but it's something significant about the number of the place that you're staying. So definitely looking into like the number of the place that you're staying, the address of the place that you're staying. It's something specifically with the location of the neighborhood that you're in. There could have been like something maybe in the past that happened in that particular location that you're just like, nah, I kind of want to look more deeply into this. I don't know what this is about, but maybe want to look a little bit deeper into whatever this is. I did put speaking out, maybe writing a book. So if you've, maybe for example, you've always wanted to write a book about something that has to do with social media and technology, and maybe like writing a book about the dark side of technology, or maybe you create something, create like some type of book or podcast or writing or drawings, or being in like an art exhibit in a community or a gallery that showcases some new form type of equipment or new form type of technology that, you know, opens up this playing field of like, well, instead of us using it this way, then maybe we can use it this way. Also too, because we are, you know, seeing this deterioration of Pluto in Capricorn and the ending stages of Pluto in Capricorn. You are also another one of them, another one of the people who could be starting bartering and trade systems again. You know, exchanging capitalism. Oop, did I say that? Exchanging the idea of, you know, physical valuable money into actually maybe starting like a local trade or something like that in your neighborhood. And if you're looking at this video, Sagittarius rising, or just, you know, Pluto and Aquarius in the third house, and you're like, not really sure about, you know, like what, I'm gonna tell you one thing. These things is gonna be coming up in the next coming year. Just rock with it. Also too, if you have a specific trade, if you have a specific trade, specifically, like I said, in all forms of communication. Also to divination. That's another reason why I mentioned your intuitive abilities heightening in this time. If you have some type of form of skill that you have been either wanting to work into, or you have worked into for some time now, this is going to be that Plutonic energy that's going to want to get deeper into whatever that thing is specifically. Okay? This is going to be the time where you can really take out the energy to delve into it a lot deeper than what you originally planned, I'll say. So also too, whatever subject that you are interested in, for example, just to piggyback off of what I was just saying, you might find yourself becoming quite obsessed with whatever this particular study is. You know, Aquarius has to do with all things that have to do with, like, you know, spirituality and astrology and scientifical, you know, advancements and, you know, innovative technologies or innovative things that can progress humanity forward and things. Maybe you are instrumental in getting your community space together, your neighborhood space together. You passing out flyers or passing out information via technology through phones or something like that that you come up with, or a group of collective comes up with, and y'all are like passing around information to one place to another. Like, these are some of the themes that could be coming up. Taking life-changing trips. I really do feel like if it's not on your radar, Pluto and Aquarius, in the third house, Sagittarius rising, you could be moving locations during this time. You could be actually finding yourself moving quite a bit, different neighborhoods and things. You know, I know on the other octave of this is Gemini as the messenger, but you are a messenger on the grand scheme of things, right? So, you know, this is the energy that can definitely see you traveling, like I said, to another place, another space, a different location, period, and kind of seeing what that is. Now, also too, because you do have that you know, Pluto is actually housed into your 12th house. You know, that's where Scorpio actually is with Pluto in Aquarius here, and that's going to be squaring off as well with this energy here. Your dreams could be something, your dream traveling could be something that comes up for you as well too. Communication through dreams, people coming to you through dreams, maybe having premonitions through dreams about what's going to happen next in the world or society. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. If you have a dream journal, if you don't have a dream journal, get you some form of dream journal. Maybe you're writing about your dreams and you putting that out. Maybe you have a podcast about you putting out dreams and you putting that out. Make sure that you have the time and the space to write out your dreams and what it is that you are seeing. If you want to share that with, you know, you and a couple friends, cool. But if you want to share that with the world, I would suggest you share it. I would suggest you share it during this time, Sagittarius rising. Also, too, I want to mention with this Aquarian energy squaring off to this Scorpio energy in that 12th house. If at this time that you might have thought about going to go see or speak to somebody in a particular form of counsel, I will say that therapy, regular therapy, probably is not going to be the best situation here. When I say regular therapy, I mean that in this time for you, especially because Aquarius is in that third house of communication, so it's another form of your Mercury and the way you think and process information. Maybe some type of form of alternative healing modalities will definitely help you in this time. There's going to be a lot coming up for you, especially in the sector of that 12th house, subconscious, unconscious thoughts that might be clouding, you know, your memory, be clouding your energy even. And I just think that this is going to be a good time for you to go seek some type of spiritual counsel that is non-biased, right? And it can benefit you in a way that helps you really work out these complex thoughts, these complex things that are maybe, especially like past life energy that needs to be cleared. So maybe getting like a past life regression or getting some Reiki healing, or, you know what I'm saying? Going to basically being in a space of working through those capacities. You also might find too, especially because eventually this energy will be squaring off to that 12th house. There could be some losses happening here, you know, because the 12th house definitely has to do with, you know, loss of some sort. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a physical loss. This could just be like maybe like a mental space in which you, this is actually coming to me right now. It's like a, you know, the 12th house, a lot of times we talk about hidden enemies. Some people talk about this in the stuff, you know, 7th house too, but because the 12th house is this hidden energy, you could see this here. And so maybe in the same breath, you know, the biggest enemy that you're dealing with is yourself. And that could be something that through communication and through this healing that comes through this platonic energy of transformation, it is also healing your subconscious space and mind in the way that you're communicating to yourself subconsciously on that level. So this is a little teeny bit of themes that I'll definitely see. Like I said, I'll definitely be talking more about Pluto and Aquarius in a later video. After I wrap up this series and we step into this energy in January. Actually, before January, probably be at the end of this month, where I talk a little bit about the 1700s and moving forward. But other than that, y'all already know what it is. It's a rainy storm, checking in, checking out. If you want to book me for that personal reading, also 2 courses and all that kind of stuff will definitely be in the links below. And make sure y'all sign up for that email list. I'll definitely be sending more emails out now that I got a new little thing that I'm working with to send y'all some goodies and stuff throughout the month. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. We're going to be moving to Scorpio rising and Pluto and Aquarius in the 4th house. So I'll definitely see y'all soon, and deuces.